Hello, my lovely Scorpios. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for the full moon in Libra 2020. We are actually sitting in the energy of the full moon in Libra right now. I know sometimes I get these up maybe a day late, but I really like to do the reads and, during the lineup of the astrological alignment, because I feel that the fullness of that energy will come through these readings and you will see them and feel them when you are meant to. So so glad to have you here. This is a beautiful full moon that we have with us right now. The Libra full moon brings, energies of relationship harmony, balance, equality, harmony, justice, fairness to the surface for all of us. First, a few quick notes before we get started, that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Scorpio out there. So, if these messages make sense to you and they feel right, they are definitely meant for you. If they don't feel that they resonate with you, kick them out to another Scorpio, or check this reading back in a couple days or even a week or a month. Sometimes it will make more sense then once you look at it again. This is mostly going to correspond with Scorpio Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. All Scorpio cross watchers, those who are watching for a Scorpio that they know, are welcome to be here as well. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like to make a donation to the channel, or you are interested in any of the card decks that I use throughout my readings, I put all the information on how to do or look up any of that below in the description box. Also, while you're thinking about it, please do reach out, click that subscribe button and join my dragon family here. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoy this content. So Scorpio, oh my goodness. Let's get into your cards. I've already blessed them, cleared them, prayed over them. And we'll go into the, astrological details as we do the card reads. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to be pulling from the Moonology deck, the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and also getting into the tarot for some deeper messages and advice. Oh, very, very nice, Scorpio. Okay, so the first card that comes up from the immediate past, because, these full moon cycles go 30 days to 30 days. So this is really what, is coming through from the last 30 days. This is the energy of this past full moon cycle that we had in Virgo. So the energy is gaining momentum with this waxing moon. So definitely there's been some energy building up. There's been, things that you've been wanting to achieve, accomplish, work for. Maybe you have, really kind of discerned some goals or really pointed out some things for yourself in this last 30 days that you really want to get going on. So let's pull from the next deck, and I'm going to be doing, again, like I said, a past, present, future. Yes, and so, there's a lot of release that's coming up around here from this past 30 days. We have that pleasure card with the waning gibbous. So, the waning gibbous is the moon phase that happens right after the full moon. So, immediately after the last full moon of March, you guys really experienced something that was very transformative, something that really, was like a release and, almost like a letting go kind of feeling where you're just like, okay, I'm giving up control. I'm going to let spirit take over. And there is a pleasurable feeling that comes with that, because it's, giving up that feeling that we have to be the one that's in charge of everything and figures everything out, which we never can do. So a lot of transformation, the butterflies, of change and transformation flying around her. So this is definitely a release. At the same time, there's a building energy, so there is momentum behind it. It has a definite purpose and a definite vocation, that transformative power for you. I will tell you also, Scorpio, the Libra full moon universally will be lighting up your 12th house, which is a very sensitive house. That is the Pisces house. So I would say this Libra full moon is especially sensitive. It's especially emotional, spiritual, intuitive for you. So, if you have time, which I definitely recommend, either, tonight or tomorrow, whatever that comes, you know, even over this next 30 days, any time that you have, you know, time to take for yourself to meditate on what it is that you really want to balance within your spirit, harmonize within your soul, that is coming up so much with this Libra full moon. And in the present energy we're sitting in right now with that Libra moon, we have the full moon in Virgo energy. You are good enough. Interestingly enough, that last full moon that we had was the full moon in Virgo. So I feel that, you know, even as we sit in this Libra full moon, that Virgo full moon energy is still really impacting you greatly. I do know a lot of Scorpios that are either in, you know, the healthcare profession, or they are doctors, caretakers, counselors. Scorpio is a very psychological sign, so there are lots of, you know, counselors and psychiatrists that are Scorpios. And also just in general, Scorpio is very interested in human nature. You know, what makes us tick, what's going on beneath the surface, and healing what's going on inside deep on a, you know, very deep, profound level. So, you know, this whole thing with the stress of the virus and people being affected, you really do feel that, Scorpio. Even if you aren't personally affected, you're feeling the energies of everybody else, of the mass collective. You know, so this is just reminding you yet again, you know, you are a healer, you are very solid, and yes, you are good enough, Scorpio. If you've been feeling down on yourself or critical of yourself in any way, this is really coming through right now to say, no, you have a lot of power. You have such a deep, wonderful soul, and this is part of your path. Look at that waxing crescent. You know, that was in the immediate past. Now it's coming into the present as well. So here she is, you know, going up that ladder to the next plateau. So Scorpio, you really are making a lot of progress right now, even if you may not feel it. That momentum, that energy is building. And here we go into the immediate future. This next 30 days, we have full moon energy in Capricorn. End of a tough cycle is approaching. So you have put in a lot of work. You have put in so much effort on yourself and others. It has not been easy. And this is really acknowledging that as that comes through. And then look at that. Oh, on top of that, we have another, you know, phase of the waxing crescent on top of that. So you have that waxing crescent, both, you know, past, present, and future. And so this is about your personal growth. And see the, you know, the watch she's holding in her hand. This is about divine timing, Scorpio. So you can't rush the process. You can't push the river on this. It's like it unfolds in its own time. But the beautiful thing is that momentum is there. The forward movement is there. So it's like, you know, even if you can't visibly see it manifesting, trust me, it is. It is going on. You know, and I would always say about your ruling planet, Pluto, that, you know, Pluto energy is subtle power that gradually builds over time, and it gets more and more and more powerful as time goes on. And that's very much the way Scorpio is. You may not see it because, Scorpio, you are secretive. A lot of things are going on, you know, behind the scenes or underneath the surface, but it is happening. And when it really emerges and reveals itself, it's like everyone just goes, wow, you know, there it is. So let's pull some tarot. Let's get into some deeper advice and messages about this same energy. Yes, okay, so Scorpio, some things are really, yeah, you've been definitely in a tough position. A lot of you have had to feel like you've really got to be on your guard. Things have happened that have made you feel very defensive, like you have to be really like watching. And if this could be something where, you know, people have either been attacking you for no reason, either if it's in a relationship situation or a work dynamic, this could be, you know, some power struggles, some jealousy coming up, some envy, things like that. Scorpio, you have a lot of power. You have a lot of magnetism. You have a lot of divine sexuality and sensuality, and that is very intimidating to a lot of people out there. So just, be aware that sometimes that can be, what's pushing that energy. And so on top of this Nine of Wands, ooh, yes, look at that Nine of Coins. I like that 9 and 9. The Nine of Coins is a very confident, self-assured, grounded business person, somebody that really does have their self together. And so Scorpio, that's definitely what's coming through here, is because you know how to handle some of these tough processes better than most people. Scorpio, you are a sign that rules, the cycles of life, death, rebirth, regeneration. So you're actually more comfortable with death and crossing over than a lot of people are. So you are actually, really well suited to handling some of those heavier cycles of life than most. You're not as afraid of them or as, off put by them, because you have this innate understanding that, death is just a part of life, and, we don't really die. Our spirit never really dies. So you're very solid, very grounded. This probably invokes a lot of jealousy in others, and it may make them kind of want to, whether they're sniping at you or going behind your back and saying things. But don't let that get to you. Stand strong in this, because she is a strong, powerful, grounded person. This is very Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, very earthy, very solid. She has that falcon on her hand, that gives her foresight into the future. So that's a beautiful card to come through. So going into the immediate present right now as we sit, we have this Knight of Cups. This to me is very much your energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and it's a moving forward emotionally. This, if it comes to a relationship, depending on, apply this to your situation, because this is general. But if this has to do with a relationship right now, Scorpio, that definitely can be somebody coming in with an offer of love, or you coming in with an offer of love to someone else. Either way, this is definitely an emotional moving forward. And, that forward momentum is gaining. So let's see. Oh, yeah. So this could be someone from your past, Scorpio. We've got that Six of Cups, which is a card of sweet memories of nostalgia, when things were good, when life was sweet. Sometimes this deals with childhood, but when it comes to pairing up with that Knight of Cups, I would say for some of y'all out there, this could be somebody coming from your past to offer a reconciliation, or you may be doing that with them or mutually. So going into the immediate future, this next 30 days out from the full moon cycle, we do have the moon card. So it is a very powerful moon cycle for you. Interestingly enough, the moon card is the Pisces card of the tarot. And that is actually the house where this Libra full moon is most impacting you, is in that Pisces house. So, the moon many times, just as the card symbology goes, can often indicate confusion, deception, not being able to see things very clearly, because, the moon is about, that darker side of the sun, that other side, which can be a little bit confusing. Things look different, under the moonlight than they do in the light of day. So, going forward, there's a lot of forward momentum and a lot of growth happening. But Scorpio, you might be really, it's a little bit misty. It's a little bit confusing. But mostly what I feel for this is that you're going to be very emotional, and that can sometimes cloud your clarity of vision. So just be patient with yourself, because right now this is really about getting unstuck from something that's kind of kept you in that mental mind trap, right? That Eight of Swords is all about a mental stuck energy. Even though we see how thin her bonds are, we see all these swords around her, she could easily, rub up against one of those swords and cut herself free of this. So in some ways, it's sort of a self-imposed, stuck sort of energy in the mind, where it's like something you're worrying about, thinking about, just keeps coming back around and around. But this is really saying it's time to get unstuck. Use your intuition, use your feelings, use your emotion for the best good, because, there's always pros and cons to all of these cards, right? It's like, the negative side of the moon is that confusion and cloudiness, but the good side of it is that you do have the ability to see through the dark and really cut right to the heart of the matter and free yourself from something that was very limiting. Bottom of the deck for this one, Page of Coins. So we do have new beginnings in business, finance, and projects. And ooh, look at that. On the other one, we've got the Eight of Wands coming through. So Scorpio, we've got some big passionate communication coming through for you around this full moon in Libra. So let's pull a goddess card. You know, Venus is what rules the Libra. So it's a very, you know, strong kind of feminine goddess energy. So let's see what we've got for you from this deck, just for a last affirmation. I like this. Okay, so Manatili is your goddess energy that is coming through with the Libra full moon for you. And it is she who remains powerful, devoted, true worth. Wow, it's like Scorpio. Everybody else might be falling away or not up to the challenge, but she's the one that remains. She is steadfast, strong, devoted, determined, powerful, knows her worth, and that is what it's all about for you. And you know, this energy is, oh, it's so beautiful. Look at the, you know, the crystals around her. It's like, you know, all that pressure, that time, that heat has created those beautiful crystals that, you know, come into being. So this is what you're in, Scorpio, right now. That is what you're embodying. You know, it's like all the pressure that you're going through, it's going to manifest into something that is so beautiful that maybe you can't even quite see it right now. So this was a beautiful reading. I loved it. Hope you enjoyed it too, and I will be seeing you guys soon, and I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful full moon. Take care.